I appreciate you coming back to my channel, Brain Crypt. The topic of XRP will be our discussion. This settlement is approaching, so I need to get a head start. Presumably, Thursday will be the day that the Ripple vs SEC case is fully decided, according to everyone in this closed-door conference. But we have seen such gatherings fizzle out in the past. My prediction is that this will all play out again. Please, close this arrangement immediately, I would be eternally thankful. But it will happen when nobody expects it to. Neither inside a set time bracket. With the help of the XRP ledger, the Japanese Ministry of Economy will assist the Palau CBDC in issuing digital bonds utilizing DLT and facilitating cross-border settlement. It appears that Ripple and its payment rails are currently experiencing rapid expansion, as both partners and Ripple itself are witnessing growth. This BNP Paribas scientific cross-border payment arrangement is becoming increasingly large, yet nobody is paying attention to it. In an effort to better serve their international clientele, BNP Paribas and an international have just formed a strategic alliance regarding businesses and customers all around Europe. More than 25 international mobile partners are now able to accept Alipay thanks to the solution obtained from BNP Paribas. A general overview of blockchain technology, growing evidence that Ripple and Stellar are equally useful for institutional purposes. BNP therapists with expertise in Stellar is not limited to banks as is commonly believed. It is an open technology that any institution can utilize. Even while institutions legally possess XRP and XLM, certain fortunate private investors were able to acquire them. Brilliant, though, is heading in the same way. Everyone at Ripple is pulling in the same direction, to make banking accessible to those who don't have it. We were fortunate in that our admission occurred at the right time. As a 2021 Trump vice presidential contender, J.D. Vance admitted to holding between 100,000 and 25,000 Bitcoin. Instead of willingly enabling an elected official to do the opposite, more lawmakers should take a page out of Brad Garlinghous's playbook and view technology as a tool to advance American exceptionalism. The headline may suggest that Trump's vice presidential nominee is in favor of Bitcoin, but his remarks actually demonstrate how practical the cryptocurrency is. I also agreed with his assessment of Gary Gensler because of my experience working with big banks. Because they too receive donations from large banks, a small group of politicians, including Gary, are trying to discredit Bitcoin. On October 17, 2018, Ripple paid a visit to the White House in Washington, D.C. As a result of their interactions with Trump's crew, Ripple ex-President Bill Clinton delivered the keynote address at the 2018 Ripple Swell Conference. Just 2 months passed during Clinton's tenure as president, upon further advancement of the year 2021. Rosie Rio, who served as Obama's United States Treasurer from 2012 to 2016, is currently a board member of Ripple. Not to mention 2022. By 2023, Ripple had extended an invitation to Michael Warren, a veteran of 2 U.S. presidential administrations, to join its board of directors. Warren, who worked for Obama in his administration, will now head up the company's public policy efforts. The White House is clearly associated with Ripple's. It is also well known that Trump started working with Ripple in 2018. In my opinion, it has already laid the groundwork for a digital currency. Unfortunately, progress stalled in 2020. For this reason, the Rippling vs SEC case began. Up until 2020, Ripple was the undisputed leader. From my point of view, it is the case. They seem to be moving at a breakneck speed. You can listen to a report that the World Economic Forum released while we talk about Trump. Noah Harari claims that in 2024, when Trump is president, the international order will take its last fatal hit. This is why they want Trump removed from the situation. As XRP is the cryptocurrency that the movers and shakers are eyeing, it's usually the one I suggest to folks. Furthermore, many influential individuals support globalism. The catch is that certain elites aren't thrilled about it. Therefore, when discussing XRP, choose your battles. I believe it will get involved with most governments throughout the world, thus I want to keep investing in it. That has already transpired as a result of CBDCs. From my point of view, there are a number of historical and current ties to the US administration, and this might set off a chain reaction. The problem is that globalists hate optimism, and Trump delivers it to you. Why, if you want a more equitable society, that's it? Because that is their goal, things should escalate into a complete catastrophe. Their true desire is a career in criminology. Digital identification and social credit ratings are their answer, and they're banking on the end of the world to sell you their wares. The majority of individuals would prefer not to do that, either. Consider Trump in comparison. People are hopeful because of Trump, and that is why he has so many supporters. The number of digital currency pilot programs and tests has increased significantly, according to a comprehensive BIS assessment of 86 central banks. Right now, things are happening at the BIS at a dizzying tempo. All arrangements should be finished by tomorrow at the latest, according to their expectations. But SWIFT is sluggish and doesn't care about making things better. The catch is that these other countries are quickly displacing the top ones. I was wondering how the BIS managed to pull this off. Using the power of the ripple effect with digital money, cryptos like XRP are designed to be used in real-world scenarios. This is the driving force behind the current acceleration. You also have Larry Fink to consider. Bitcoin, a sort of digital gold, is an investment safe haven for people who are worried about political unrest or the devaluation of their currency by the government. In the near future, seemingly, his goal here is to entice regular folks to put their money into Bitcoin. To assure his participation in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, nevertheless, Larry is dead set on sending utility. Some of the new money, he hopes, will soon be in his possession. The sooner he can start, the better in his opinion. His claim that Bitcoin is the digital equivalent of gold is completely without merit. Simply put, once gold is tokenized, Bitcoin will no longer stand in for digital gold. This will pave the way for the instantaneous global transfer of gold's value. Tokenization of precious metals, such as gold and silver, will be possible by the third quarter of 2024 on the XRP ledger, which will act as the basis for this. Taking place between the first week of July and the last week of September, the current quarter is the third quarter of this year. This happens when gold is tokenized as well, and it will reduce the story of Bitcoin. The latest information on the class action lawsuit shows that Tether and Bitfinex used bots to artificially raise the value of Bitcoin by utilizing USDT. As many have anticipated for a while, the price of Bitcoin will decline when Tether collapses. It has long been known that countries are shifting their focus from Tether to USDC and Ripple's new stablecoin. Everyone knows that Tether doesn't have any backing. They are aware of the fact that Tether has been associated with fraudulent and criminal activities. When Tether eventually collapses, Bitcoin will follow suit. We need to be ready for something like this. This is why I will keep telling individual investors to get out of the Bitcoin market. There is mounting evidence against Tether, and eventually every country will eliminate Tether restrictions. Tether will fail as a result of the rise of utility-driven cryptocurrencies. Since I am more concerned with the future than the past, my investing approach will continue to involve holding XRP, XDC, XLM, and HBAR. I am grateful if you are a new subscriber to my channel. Later on, we shall meet again.